All those in favor, please raise your hand. And that is unanimous. All right. We're done with the budget. Yay!
The Montgomery County Council recently passed the $7.6 billion Fiscal Year 2026 operating budget and the $6 billion amended FY25-30 Capital Improvements Program, or CIP. Council President Kate Stewart provides an overview of how the process went and what residents can look forward to.
We started this budget process with a lot of unknowns. There's a great deal of chaos coming from the federal level, from the White House. We knew during the legislative session in Annapolis that our state was facing great financial issues. And so when we actually started this process back in March, there were still a lot of unknowns. And throughout the process, by being transparent, inclusive, and deliberative, I feel like we've really delivered for the residents and the businesses of Montgomery County.
Here's a quick breakdown of how some of the funds will be allocated.
So our top priorities always about our public schools and public education, because the schools are our backbone of our community. Making sure that our teachers, educators, and school staff are taken care of is a number one priority of ours here in Montgomery County. Also really important, given all that's happening at the federal level, is making sure that we have a strong social safety net for our families here. So that's including making sure that we are helping people with housing insecurity. Our unhoused population has increased over 30%. So making sure that we have the rapid rehousing and the support services so that people don't actually ever end up unhoused. And for folks who do, that we can get them back into housing. Food insecurity is another big issue that we've been working on for a number of years. And we know with more federal layoffs and economic uncertainty, those needs are going to increase as well. So making sure we keep those strong social safety nets in place are key. Public safety, always very important here in our county. Investing in our police department and fire and rescue is very important. In addition, our emergency services. And we've seen with cuts at the federal level and a lot of grants that we want to make sure that we are keeping our emergency services strong. And while we budget for today, we need to look to the future. So we need to make sure that we're investing in economic development and bringing more jobs here. And we did that as well this year.
The council was able to fund 99.8% of the school system's requests, which will help support and address crucial needs that the MCPS superintendent outlined in his proposal and the school board initially recommended.
What we really looked at is how can we fund our public schools, make sure we're funding other needed services in our county, and do it in a way that did not necessitate us to increase taxes. Because we know our families here, many of them have connections with the federal government, have lost jobs or are laid off, and they're feeling a lot of anxiety. And we wanted to see how we could minimize adding any more stress to their lives. And I'm glad to say we came together with the Board of Ed and the superintendent, and we have a plan for moving forward. We are going to fund them $210 million on ongoing revenue that will be included in their maintenance of effort for next year. And then we're going to bridge the other part of the ask, $50 million, looking at how we can provide $25 million in FY25 and $25 million in FY26 that is taken from the pre-funding money that we would put into the Retirement Benefits Trust.
The approved budget also provides free ride-on bus service for all residents and makes key investments in Montgomery County's world-class parks system, in addition to imperative mental health services. Thanks to public hearings, input from residents helped the council understand what community needs are, ultimately contributing to the final decision of the budget.
We really need to hear from residents what their lives are like and what they're experiencing and what they need from their county government. And I was glad that this year we had over 300 people come and testify throughout the public hearings, and we also received a lot of emails and phone calls. Many of us on the council met with different groups and organizations. And so this year I feel like we had a great deal of public input.
The capital and operating budgets go into effect on July 1st.
I just want to say thank you to my colleagues on the council and to our incredible staff here in the county. There were a great deal of unknowns as we started this process. There was a lot of issues that came up during the process. We had a lot of things coming over from the county executive's office to deal with, and our county staff, our analysts, just really rose to the occasion. And it was about coming together, being collaborative, being diligent, and really thoughtful about the needs of our community.
Jordan Lindsay, reporting in Rockville.
We're now going to move